taking hits and being pummeled by life until you're not sure who you are or what your purpose is one of life's time-honoured methods for human transformation. When it's not going well, it might be going well. So maybe we're frightened, scared. Life is beginning to seem a little bit uncertain for us. We're constantly fighting and battling against that next breath that needs to come, and the energy in the body's running out, and we're trying to reach the surface, but sometimes we just can't. We're about to drown. Life has given up on me, and I'm about to give up too. So why is this happening? Well, naturally, life wants us as humans, because it loves us, to evolve, to open and grow into life, to become the next best version of ourselves. And sometimes that means the old way we were relating to the world needs to die. Most of us are relating to the world cognitively, meaning maybe that's not the right word to use, but we're relating to the world through concepts, to the world through concepts. And this can be a dangerous way to relate to life, because you can't conceptualize life. You can't have an idea about life, put that forward onto life and expect it to work 100% of the time like that. It just doesn't. Life is here to be experienced, not conceptualized. And of course, while here we're going to talk about some concepts, we need to find a way to bring that into our real, true experience of life. But one of the reasons why you might find that this is happening to you, while you're alone in the darkness and not knowing where your next step is in life, might be because you're being stubborn and potentially holding on to negative attachments that are holding you back from your potential. So life will plummet you into the darkness so that you get to become honest with yourself, to investigate what it is that's going on inside of yourself that's perhaps draining your energy a lot, so that you're not really showing up as your best self for the people that you're here to serve. Another reason that this could be coming into your life might be outside of your control. You might be plummeted into the darkness of life because, frankly, somebody's unwell on the outside, somebody's taken a knock health-wise, something that's really none of your business to try and control, and something that you can't. And that can oftentimes be the most painful, because it can leave you feeling very hopeless and very sad. It's like in those moments we begin to recognize, sugar, I'm really not in control of the way that this life pans out, am I? And that can lead to that helplessness inside, which is always the most vulnerable feeling to feel. At least that's my experience of it. You might also be plunged into the darkness because of your own expectations of life. Perhaps you're living out unfulfilled desires, and life is not listening to these desires that you want to fulfill. Again, we go back to the first point though, that might be because there's something that you're doing inside of your system that's holding you back from having those desires. See, it's not necessarily about getting our desires, is it? It's about who we become in the creation, in the manifestation of our desires. If I want to run a global corporation, for example, I really have to work on my character. I really have to become somebody who's a true leader inside of myself. I can't just get the thing I want. I have to work on myself dutifully and diligently to be able to become the best variation or version of myself that I'm saying I want to become, that is the type of person that has those manifestations in their life. It's not easy work, and there might be things that we're doing inside of ourselves that are holding us back from becoming that next best version of ourselves, and therefore that's why the desires aren't coming. You know, one of the most poignant reasons also might be we might be feeling spiritually disconnected, because in fact the life that we're leading is perhaps in a way spiritually, emotionally corrupt. We may not be in alignment with who we really are, and our actions and our intentions. What do I mean by this? Well, we're planting seeds all of the time, aren't we? We mainly plant selfish seeds. This is, I want this manifestation for me, without perhaps opening up our mind to recognize that this is the wrong question to ask life, isn't it? I want to become this person that serves the most amount of people, touches the most amount of hearts in my life. this could be a good seed to plant. Then it's not necessarily about me, but it will be about me because one, that feels good, and two, then when you serve people so deeply, the manifestations come. Life provides, because when you serve life, life serves you. So we also have to look inside of ourselves. Well, am I spiritually bankrupt? Have all the actions that I've been taken been about me? And remember, it's okay to fall off the wagon. It's okay to be plunged into the darkness, so long as we're honest with ourselves. Then when we're honest with ourselves, because we can get away with lying to ourselves for a long, 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 long time, can't we? As long as we're honest with ourselves, then in truth, we can begin to see and start patching back together. Where did I go wrong there? What was I doing that was not quite in alignment with who I'm saying that I am in myself, or who I've developed to be in myself? We have to look at these seeds that we're planting, because we can lie to ourselves so easily about the seeds that we're planting, can't we? And then we can backtrack and begin to change and start planting seeds that are more in alignment with who I say I want to be, and therefore I can then be truly with my intention, with the seeds that I've planted, and then my actions out of those intentions or those seeds that I've planted. I can then begin to become that person that I say I want to be, and that will rid us of that spiritual disconnected sense inside of ourselves. So what's the answer? Well, the answer's a little bit convoluted at best, and really we have to be very self-honest with ourselves if we're even going to hear the answer and be willing to put it into action. There are 3 ideas that I've come up with that should hopefully give you a satisfactory answer to what we can do when we're in the unknown and how we can begin to transform. Number 1 is what I always say: sadhana. Sadhana is your daily spiritual practice that bring about the highest aliveness and intensity of energy in the system. In relationship to this though, sadhana is the thing that's going to give you the energy in the system and the audacity to continue to put one foot in front of the other in the darkness, in the unknown, when everything seems uncertain. Sadhana is extremely powerful. Now on this channel, the Yogic Tradition, we offer you some things down below. There's a free complimentary freedom toolkit if you want to get started on that path of sadhana. It won't take you all the way, but it is free, and I've made it for you because I want to show you the power of these practices. But if you have a little bit of curiosity in the system and you know that this is the path for you, then you can sign up for our Yogic Tradition flagship program. You can find that down below. That's a paid product and you have to apply for that, but it's down below nonetheless. The second answer is to look inside of yourself at the areas you're scared to transform, because these will be those places in the darkness that are holding you back from your potential. You might be creating actions out of these dark seeds, perhaps, and they will be creating chaos in your life. And so it's good to have a look at these. And the final answer that I've found is surrender. Just surrender. So if you're wanting to know more about surrender, you can watch this video here. We dive into exactly what surrender looks like, because sometimes we get this thing completely wrong.